One of the things that excites me the most about my journey with the music medicine is that I get to meet interesting, inspiring, and very talented people from all around the world that are in the service of humanity with what they do. One of these people is my friend Borch from Denmark, and Christine is a kind of woman that she has a very different story. She has been a renowned choreographer in Europe for many years, embodying different practices and tools such as shamanism on her shows, and she has been studying the human medicines of movement and massage until she met with the sacred plants and her life changed. Ever since, she has been studying and serving alongside indigenous people in different places in the world, such as Brazil, and she has been traveling the world and sharing her knowledge on Eros consciousness, massage, movement, singing and songwriting, and plant medicine. We had a very interesting conversation and we talked about the song of the womb, her experiences with indigenous people and how they incorporate music and movement, and how she perceives and uses her body as a tool of healing for humanity. Check this interview out. I'm pretty sure you're going to find it interesting, and stay tuned for more. I'm Dimitrios, this is the Music Medicine, and on the other side I have Borch from Denmark. She's a choreographer and dancer, singer and songwriter, Eros embodiment practitioner and spiritual midwife. She has been studying the human medicines of movement, meditation and massage in Denmark, England and Japan, and conscious sexuality in Berlin. She has traveled to Brazil and baptized by the river Jordão with the Hunikuim indigenous tribe of Amazon forest. Since 2015, she's hosting ceremonies of sacred plants across Europe in collaboration with shamans, medicine and wisdom keepers from Brazil, Peru, Colombia, New Zealand and Mexico. And she has been reawakening the ancestral wisdom of the North by building bridges between cultures. She's the founder of Junte-se, a visionary project based in MOMM Island, Denmark, which offers space and hosts gatherings manifesting the new time of human life on Earth. Christine, it's a joy to have you at the Music Medicine. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
We have met with Christine virtually some years ago, and actually last year, where she has been invited in Turkey to facilitate a ceremony of sacred plants. And we have connected through our relation with plants and with music. And Christine, you have been doing so many different things: dancing, movement, Eros facilitator, singing, holding ceremonies. And I guess the main component that connects everything is music. So I would like to ask you how music has been a partner through your journey, and how has been your relation with music?
I would say music has been connecting all of it, but also the body. No? I come from this the background of dance and choreography, but I have to say that the voice has been accompanying me throughout everything that I do. I started singing before I was talking as a child, so songs has always been part of my being and has been in a way guiding my life through the things that I would hear, meaning the songs and the sounds and the rhythms that would accompany me in my own path through life, and then also through my own voice, my own songs, my own channel. Mm-hmm. So I guess you can't really separate it. Music, voice, sound, breath, movement, it's all part of life. And that's it. You can't, there is no life without the music. There is no movement without the body.
Correct. Now, you have been facilitating Eros and Tantric and sacred sexuality workshops for women. And I remember on a previous conversation that we had that you mentioned something about the music and the sound of the womb. Now that's a very interesting thing. I haven't heard that before. Would you like to explain to us a little bit more?
Mm. Well, I can say that I lived this life as a woman. No, I was born in a female body, and through my work and through my study, I work a lot with the womb space. So in the workshops I hold and the spaces I create, it's not just for the woman; it's for everybody. But it's true that I have a very strong study with women. Um, so it's like a resonating field. It's like a space inside the physical body, but also beyond the physical body. And if we connect with that space and we start to listen to that space and we awaken to the resonance field of that space, we can um, connect not just with ourselves, but also with the earth and with the cosmos. And through that, reach certain information about our own path, um, but also about the more collective body and the collective mind um, of humanity, of the state of the earth, of the yeah.
Very nice. So you have a long experience, and a love experience actually, my mistaking was correct, with sacred plants and with plant ceremonies. So in my experience also in these ceremonies, in these gatherings that are happening around the world, music is fundamental part of these gatherings. So how do you perceive the presence of music? How does it work when you facilitate and when you host such ceremonies? Actually, what is the feeling? What is the sensation? What does really music does in these ceremonies?
I think all spiritual lines or studies, they have music or vibration frequency incorporated into their wisdom. I have been, as again, I was more in the dance and movement and somatic body work to begin with, and through this, you can say that I got the groundwork. And then I went more deeper into human sexuality, and I did a very strong study and research in the human breath, and how we awaken and how we can shift states by consciously putting our attention. So it's a lot about intention and attention. And when we then start to incorporate and work consciously with plant masters, meaning plants that holds a certain spirit, and they come together with a study. They come together with an ancestral line that you can connect with and that you can communicate with through specifically songs, not only, but certainly it's a key. It's a key because it holds the information stored inside the words and stored inside the melodies of the songs that are passed down through generations. And of course, like everything in life, it evolves. And this is, I guess, this is a guiding principle for everything that I share, because it's the Eros force, you can call it life force. Some people call it Kundalini. You can call it Chi. It's in the end, it's the force of life, and how life grows and manifests itself inside of your being and around you. And this consciousness and this presence through your own human evolution is stored inside these songs or sacred chants or frequencies and fields that these songs open. So it's like nature. Everything is embedded in nature. Everything has roots, and everything has a life, a certain time of its own. And we can connect with this timeline and this landscape of each single song through a deep type of listening and a way of embodying that song into our being. It's like it's like if you remember a song from your childhood, like the song that your mother always used to sing before you fell asleep. With that song comes a certain memory, a certain emotional field, a certain body sensation, a certain state of the heart. And when you then bring this song, it comes together with this. This song was born, like everything living. Each music is born. It comes, and it was born inside a certain context. And that's again linking back to the eros. It's all about life. It's all about birthing, and living, and dying eventually. So the songs are the same. Everything is the same. So where was the song born? What was the energy, the nourishment that went into this creation? What was it being fed with? And all of this comes together when we hear a song, when we hear some certain music. We hear everything, consciously, unconsciously. We receive everything into our being, and that's also why some songs makes us feel great. You know, we don't maybe know why, but they makes us feel happy. They makes us feel joyful. Makes us feel alive. Other songs makes us feel very, very sad, or makes us feel in a very isolated landscape. Other songs brings an energy of, there's a difference between the song that was born in the forest, and there's a difference between a song that was born by the sea, in the desert.
Definitely. Music is all about emotions, so we can agree on that. Yeah. So
I feel to add one thing, because we humans are very emotional, no? We are not the emotions, but we are resonating deeply through the emotional field of the heart and all the different spaces in our body. So also different songs, they can speak to different places inside the human body. Again, through the intention and through the magic and through the wisdom that is crafted inside the words and inside the melodies of the different songs.
Yeah, correct. Now, Christine, you have been working a lot with the body. So I consider that body is an instrument, and some can say that the body is the greatest instrument. So using your body as an instrument, tell us a little bit about your experience. What does it mean to use your body as an instrument, either to make sounds, either to move, either to facilitate a situation, a ceremony, holding space, whatever that means?
I feel to share a story. I remember when I was visiting the forest in Brazil the first time. In the last ceremony, when I came out of the forest, I was sitting with some young Indians, and I suddenly understood that songs are not belonging to anybody. They're like it's like a place in which we all can download and connect to the different songs, and through this they can become part of us, and we can become part of them. So songs travel through time. They are, in a way, you can say they are eternal, like the human spirit. So when we touch the body, we touch the cells, and the cells are moving organisms, you know? Like the whole human universe, the whole human body is one big universe. And it's like there's different levels. There's the different levels of the songs and of the body and of the being, the spirit, the consciousness. So it's like when I touch a human body, for instance, when I give a massage, I can open my being to receive the ancestral knowledge that this being is keeping inside of their universe, and songs can come to me. I can find myself suddenly starting to sing a song I've never heard before. I've never been passing through my mouth before. And I can feel how it creates in my own body. It creates different vibrations. It creates different emotions. And at the same time, I also feel how this then translates to the other being. So it's a language. It's a way of communication. And I believe it's a language that was before the word. And it's natural to the human body to sound. It's also when we look at babies, or we look at dying people, or people who are in a strong sense of pain or very joyful, they make sounds. Their body is naturally making some kind of sound. And actually the distance from a sound to a song, it can be very subtle.
Definitely.
It can start to open a whole landscape.
Yeah, correct. Now, you spend a lot of time different people and different tribes, different indigenous people from around the world, Peru, Mexico, Brazil. You have seen quite a lot of stuff. So I would like you to tell us a little bit about your experience with these people, and also how is their relation with music and how they use music according to your experience.
Yeah, it's true. I've been very blessed seeing and visiting many places on this planet. I've been meeting and singing with a lot of indigenous tribes. And it's very clear when you come to an indigenous family that songs and music is a part of their culture. It's embedded inside, the culture is embedded inside their songs. So there is a song for everything. There are songs that speaks about the life. There are songs that speaks about the river. There are songs that speaks about the trees, specific sacred sites, specific qualities of human-animal presence. But there's also songs that are embodying the exact elements. Like there are songs that is the wind. There are songs that speaks like the water. There's songs that calls the force of the lightning. And in all of these, this wisdom shows us how we as human beings are part of a bigger network. We are nature. We are part of life. There is no difference between us and the river. There is no difference between you and this tree. So we are in communication. We are depending on each other, and we are depending on the well-being of each other. And it's like you, with the music and with the songs, you acknowledge and you manifest and you give your thanks to your place in life. Like you vibrate with the music of the cosmic sea, or you dance with the forces of the wind. So it's a guiding principle. It's a guiding principle for us to understand the simple and very profound qualities that makes human life enjoyable, that makes human life possible, that makes human life sustainable.
Yeah, it's very nice, and it's very interesting because what we represent at the music medicine, that goes with our motto, is harmony and enjoyment through music. So trying to figure out ways, as many ways as possible, that through music we can bring this harmony and we can bring this state of enjoyment for life and for being alive and for everything that surrounds us. So it's very interesting that you use this word, joy of life and enjoying life, actually, and how this is embedded with music in different cultures and in your experience also. Christine, very soon, in 1 week from now, you are coming to Istanbul, Turkey. You're visiting Turkey for the second time. And there's going to be a ceremonial concert with you performing your songs and songs that you have gathered from your travelings around the world and from ceremonies and from Indigenous people. And also a Woman Sacred Waters workshop. What would people expect from experiencing you and your work? What would you like to say to the people that they are here in Istanbul, Turkey, and you're coming to visit very soon?
I'm just looking forward to meet. You know, I think it's a blessing, and I think it's a privilege to be able to travel around, to be invited to meet people, and then at the same time to be able to share my study in life that has been helping and supporting me, and that has been given to me. It's a pleasure. So of course it's the language of my heart. It's the language of my body. It's the things that I love. And when I come to share this, of course I want to exchange. It's like we're all students, no? We're all students of life. And when we come together and when we exchange, we have an opportunity to learn from each other. We have an opportunity to sense into each other, to understand what has helped this person to evolve. So I believe that people will feel rest. I believe that people will feel a lot of love. I believe that people will have a lot of fun. I believe also people will have to pass through things that maybe doesn't serve them any longer. So a sense of release and a sense of belonging, a sense of coming together, and to coming together not just in the human circle, but to come together also with the earth, with the universe. So anything can happen. I never know. It's
have no expectations, actually.
yeah. To be open, no? It's like to be open to receive, and together to find a way. Together we find a way, because we're here together. We're in this together.
Definitely.
And I guess it's me. I people will come to meet me.
Well, we are very much looking forward to receive you. It has been a great pleasure to have you at the Music Medicine podcast. Thank you very much for your time.
So
looking very much forward, and we're going to create more episodes together as soon as you come. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to see you all.
Blessings.